Hello everyone. So I have a little process video for you, and I did a little bit of the work on this video ahead of time, so it wouldn't be quite so long. So Missy Whitten did this amazing layout recently where she did a heart and she punched with a border punch these strips of paper from the Shamal Glitter Girl collection. And I loved that heart idea. So I pulled out my dusty and rarely used Creative Memories border punch, and my favorite border punch from that. I have a bunch of them, but this is my favorite one. And I'm just going to go ahead and create a heart similar to the way that Missy Whitten did it, except I decided to put mine onto a smaller scale. And I also decided she had put, it's Missy Whitten. She put a lot of mixed media on top of her heart, and I decided to kind of leave mine au naturel, shall we say. And I did do a little bit of mixed media, but it's on the background, and you'll see that a little bit later. So this part of the heart was incredibly tedious. It's just punching borders, throwing away the scraps, cutting the strips, and laying them off to the side. And so you see how I'm doing this here. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So after I have all of those strips punched, or as many as I feel like punching before I do something else, I'm just going to put some tape runner on the back of this and layer them up. If you want to try something like this, I would highly recommend making sure you have multiples of the paper that you want to punch. I ended up using 2 full 12 by 12 sheets for my heart, and that was okay with me because I had 3 or 4 different sheets of this paper. I bought a lot of Glitter Girl, and so and then I had gotten more in my Clique kit, so I had plenty of Glitter Girl. So it didn't bother me to use up the 2 sheets, and I really wanted to do this. This was what I wanted to do with this paper. So I'm just adhering the glue to the back of my strips now, and I'm laying them up. So I did lay them out. I didn't care if they were wonky or crooked. That didn't bother me, but I wanted to offset the lacy look to them. So you can see here how I'm kind of offsetting them so that you get a little peek of each of the colors and each of the layers. And then I go back to punching and cutting and punching and cutting and punching and cutting and then gluing and cutting and punching and gluing. This took a good bit of time to do, and a lot of it is very tedious, but the end result is stunningly gorgeous, and I love it. So I'm just going to go ahead now, and I'm going to trim off all of the ends, and then I'm going to go ahead and use these little bits that I have trimmed off, and I'm going to use it to fill up the top of my heart, because 2 sheets of 12 by 12 paper was plenty for this project. And so when I got here to the top, I decided that I wasn't going to mess around. I wasn't going to try to cut more strips. I was just going to go ahead and take these little cut off pieces and use them. And at some point my little strips ended up wonky and crooked, and one side has more than the other side, and I just didn't really care. And in the end, I don't think it even matters. So I'm just going to go ahead now, and I'm trimming off all of the ends so that I have my heart completely done. I'm going to add a little bit of glue to some spots that just needed a little bit tacked down a little bit more, and then I'm going to grab my Vintage Photo Distress ink, and I am going to go ahead and give it some ink on the edges. This is the only thing I inked on this layout was the heart, but it really did need it. Like, it needed ink on the edge of cut things like this. Gives it a finished look. It's not really for the color. It just gives it a nice kind of finished, done look. It kind of smooths out the edges and stuff. So I will generally always ink up a piece that I've done like this that needs just a little bit. To create my heart, I literally, guys, just folded a piece of 8.5 by 11 paper, drew half a heart, and cut it out. So very, very easy to do to create that heart. You could use a cutter of some sort if you wanted to break out your silhouette, but for a real simple shape like this, I really just hand cut it. So I just went ahead and I got rid of all of my scraps, and so this is a sheet of basil marshmallow cardstock. And what I did was I took some white Huddy Swap texture paste, and I just put it through a stencil. I put it through 2 stencils that I had. Both the stencils are from Chamel, from her True Stories collection, and I just went through and put it on and let it dry, really, really let it dry. Now I'm taking some of my Shimmers products, my colorings. I have here Pink Stiletto, Mandarin Mai Tai, and Oh Say Can You See. And I'm just going to get them really good and mixed up really, really well. Make sure that they're really, really well mixed. And I'm going to splatter all 3 of these colors. So what I did was I splattered one of the colors, kind of let it dry a little bit, just let it soak into that paper just a touch, and then I went ahead and grabbed the next one. Because I am one of those people that rolls my shimmers between my hands for, like forever. I could do like one and then one and then one, and it was okay. And the colors didn't mix or turn into mud. And with the 3 colors I was using, that was a distinct possibility that it could do that, but it did really well. And of course I have to wipe my hands off because, yeah, that's just how I roll. Lots of hand wiping and cleaning as I scrapbook. So this is Pink Stilettos, and okay, so funny story, my Pink Stilettos, just the Pink Stilettos, it smells like mildew. Oh, so bad. I have to use that one super quick and then close it and put it away. It doesn't smell like my layout doesn't smell like that when it dries, but whoo, it about knocks you over. So in case you were wondering, I don't know why that one smells, my other ones don't. So I let everything dry completely, and I also smudged that bottom little piece there because for some reason, even when I let things dry completely, I don't know, I'm not good at mixed media for this very reason. And I only use it sparingly for this reason because it just doesn't dry. So, I'm going to go ahead and put my heart down. I put some fun foam on the back of my photo, and then I just glued it down with some dry glue and some wet glue. I wanted to add this super duper cute embellishment with the glitter in it to my layout. And I'm also going to go ahead and just start to flick through the things that came in my Clique kit. And I'm going to grab one of these lovely words. So my goal for embellishing this layout was very simple. Don't cover up the heart. I had spent so much time working on that heart, 2 full sheets of 12 by 12 paper. Didn't want to cover up the heart. I wanted it to be front and center. So as I'm choosing my embellishments, I'm going to choose embellishments that I can layer over the photo, that are a good size, that I can cluster down there at the bottom where my camera is. I'm going to cluster some of the things over to the left where my title is, and my title is just going to be this little love picture from Chanel. This is a photo of my sister and her husband, and they were kind of like her maternity photos. And yeah, this one was super duper sweet, and I wanted to scrapbook it very much. And their little guy's not here yet, but he's coming soon. So I'm going to go ahead and pop up some of the stickers. Oh, just an FYI, I currently have, well, I did have 3 pregnant sisters till last weekend. So I have 1 brand new nephew and 2 more pregnant sisters. So if you're someone who just had a baby, or, is looking for ideas for baby layouts or pregnancy layouts, or leave me a comment below, because I'm trying to decide how many of my baby pictures from my nephews and my niece that's on the way that I want to scrapbook. I am the oldest of 7 children, so there are lots of babies. Lots of kids, lots of babies. So I decided that I want to add these clouds up to the top. They're white on white, so not a lot of visual weight, but just something light and airy to kind of draw your eye through. I'm going to flick through the die cuts here and just pick a couple out that I like and want to use. And then there were also some of these puffy stickers. I think about that rainbow, but I'm so glad I didn't put it there because I put it on another video that actually uploaded before this one. And so you can take a look at that one too. And the baby in that picture is not the baby in my sister's belly. That's my other nephew that was just born last weekend. So I'm just adding little pieces of these florals. I really wanted this camera, the puffy hearts, and yeah, so I'm just gonna go through here. I decided to add a little bit to that heart at the top. I add some puffy stickers and another cloud, and yeah, I just had fun. I wanted to make the photo and the heart be the main focus of my layout, so I'm doing embellishments that either repeat the hearts, or I have some clouds and a little bit of florals. But that's going to pretty much finish up this layout. I hope you have enjoyed this process today, and have a wonderful rest of your week. I'll see you again soon. Bye!